JAK in the Box.
Welcome to another edition of JAK in the Box. I'm Jack, this is DB. This is where we go through these old storage boxes of vintage action figures. In one of our earlier episodes, we had a big storage box that had a bunch of smaller boxes inside. Also a couple of collector cases. We went through the collector cases already, but now it's time to revisit these smaller boxes, find out what's in the box. So I'm going to pop this one open here. Wow, this looks different right here. Look, oh my goodness, I'm seeing an action figure. He's just like growling, kind of staring, looking right back up at me. You recognize that guy?
How could I not? We got some Chewbacca action going on here.
Chewbacca.
An original Chewbacca right here.
That's from the original 12 Star Wars action figures right there. That's an original Chewbacca. Wow.
That's awesome. And it says right there on the back of the like 1977. So cool. I've
got something big in the middle here. I'm going to unwrap this. What is this one? Oh, look at that. I don't think this is Star Wars. Okay, so I know what's going on here. This is when I was in college. I lived in this house with this guy named DC. They had these little shelves that were kind of in front of these windows, and my contribution to the house was to take my Star Wars figures and make these little dioramas at each of the shelves. So you could go to one and kind of see the diorama there, go to the second one, see that diorama. This is one particular diorama that I set up. Does the table give it away? Do you know what diorama this one is?
Yeah, it's Chewbacca table dancing.
Chewbacca table dancing, exactly.
I knew it.
After a couple shots of tequila, that's exactly what happens to Chewbacca. Let me pop this one over to DB. Do you recognize him?
Yes, of course. We got a Lando right here, and it's an original Lando, and he's got his cape on, his gray cape. That is so cool. Get a load of that.
Really vintage looking Lando Calrissian right there with that vintage cape. Very, very cool. You can see this is the variant Lando Calrissian too. He's got the smile Lando. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't realize that.
Some don't have the smile, some have the smile. That's a smile Lando right there.
Wow.
That's pretty incredible. I've got another one coming out here. This one, I'll pop this over to DB. Do you recognize that one?
Leia also, and, like, looks like her Bespin outfit. She's got this, beautiful like cape on. A lot of detail on the back of that that sort of cape that she's wearing.
A lot of detail. That was the first cape that came out, or cloak, whatever you want to call it, that came out in the Star Wars universe that actually had a print on it. Obi-Wan Kenobi had a cape. The Sand People had a cape. Darth Vader had a cape. Lando had a cape. A few others. This was the first one with a printed cape. So really cool to have that represented here.
I'm getting a better idea of where this is headed.
You do now.
Yeah.
You do now.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to keep on unraveling a few more. Let me just pull all these out so I know what's happening here. I'll give this one over to DB if you can get that one out, and I'll get this one out. Wow, this is a really cool one. You recognize this guy right here.
Yeah, we got Han, of course.
Han Solo.
Han,
really cool.
Han. His Bespin outfit, very cool. I'm sure he probably goes like right here next to Leia.
There you go. Anywhere you want to put him.
Actually, wasn't he? He might have been in front.
He might have been in front, or maybe even the front middle or something. I don't know. He might have been right in between the two of them here. And then who's that?
We have just a Cloud City, like
Bespin security guard, that is. Yeah, Bespin security guard, hanging out, just kind of watching the proceedings, making sure nobody escapes. Do you recognize this guy?
This is Lobot, right?
Lobot, exactly.
Wait, 100%,
100%. That's Lobot right there.
Right.
Not Robot, but Lobot.
Lobot.
Yes.
The trusty sidekick for Lando.
Sidekick of Lando Calrissian, kind of the right-hand man, exactly. Yeah. Making sure the thing's going on right there. I'm going to pull this one out, pass this over to DB as well. Do you recognize this figure?
Yeah, I think I do. That's a Darth Vader.
Amazing. That's one of the first 12 Darth Vaders. In the entire original run of the Star Wars figures, they only made one Darth Vader figure. That was from the original 12. When Empire Strikes Back came out, they just used that same mold. It still said even 1977 on it. There was no update on him whatsoever. If in 1983 you bought your first Darth Vader, you were buying a 1977 Darth Vader. Very, very interesting. You've got Han Solo right there coming out with the blaster. And last but not least, we've got this guy. Do you recognize him?
Yes, we have BOBA FETT right here. I think he goes right about here.
I think BOBA FETT was actually on Vader's other side. He kind of comes out of the wall over here,
That's right.
Comes around. He has his blaster in hand as well. But we've kind of got this back set up how it was down in San Diego. So we had this set up on one of those little stations. You could come and you could look at the different ones. You know, we had a few parties, different things like that. Occasionally, you know, oops, a girl would wake up in my bed in the morning, be like, hey, do you want some breakfast? You'd be like, no, I want to play with your Star Wars figures. It was a really fun time that we had down there.
That's not a euphemism, folks.
It was great. You know, I eventually found this little table that we were able to use. Had to have that just to kind of complete the scene. That's not anything from Star Wars. I think it's like actually like a Barbie table or something like that that I picked up. But really cool to be able to see this again. Any thoughts about this?
Oh, I like it. I like the scene. I like the world building you're doing here with the action figures. And this is what action figures are meant for, is they're meant to propose them and put them in different scenes, play out your battles and your fantasies that you have. So cool.
Can't you just kind of like almost feel the fun having these out in front of you here? I mean, just look how cool that is.
It gives you that reminder of that you know, incredible scene, you know, where you get that reveal that, you know, Lando's double-crossed Han and Leia, and now they're, you know, being captured.
Right.
You know, then Han gets put in the, you know, carbonite. That's, you know, it's a big scene in the Star Wars series.
Huge turning point for our heroes at that point. We always feel that they have the upper hand. They're finally into some sort of safety with this, you know, old friend of Han Solo on Cloud City. It's a beautiful, you know, set and everything. And then suddenly, oh, here it is. We get the Imperial March, Darth Vader, Boba Fett. We get the blaster shots, and Darth Vader just using the Force to take the blaster right out of Han Solo's hand. Yeah.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Really incredible. So happy to be able to share these with you. Share them all out there with you as well. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. You're going to see all our other videos as well. Help us spread the fun. That's exactly what we're doing on JAK in the Box. I'm Jack. This is DB.
And we did it.
JAK in the Box.
Be sure to subscribe and binge watch all of our episodes. Thanks for tuning in to JAK in the Box.